say what's gone through your mind. Because if you can hike up here when you didn't think you could, and if you can get over that fence when you didn't think you could, what was going through your mind? Because you just did it.
Well, in the beginning, I guess I was thinking, what have I got myself into? I shouldn't have come. But I came because of you, Chad, because I always think highly of you, because, you know, you made it, and you said, if you can do it, anybody can do it. So, in my life, I do get stuck with a lot of things, and I put my energy into working projects, and then I quit. And then I keep coming back to Nuvo because lately I've been missing friendships that I've made, because I'm alone, and you know, that's what's really meant a lot to me, is going to the meetings and having people care. And then when I don't go, I go, I wonder if they miss me or they miss who I am. But knowing I came around there reminds me of some of the things I've done in my life that I know I have had a lot of obstacles, and I do deserve to be financially secure in my life. And I know this is something I can do.
I appreciate
without
you
a
sharing.
doubt. I know I can do this.
I saw a shift in your eyes once you came down off that. Because the fear on your eyes before up was like, but you weren't going to back down because we were standing there. Right?
Yeah.
You didn't have a choice.
No.
See, when you care enough about other people to not allow them to stop. See, I got involved in this business. I didn't have any of the skills. I didn't have any of the knowledge. I didn't have any of that stuff. But I started hanging around with this group, and it's like all these people cared, and that's what makes this work. And if we're going to launch our marketplace and go to the next level, you guys have to care more about other people than you care about yourself. But that doesn't justify you just serving them and not running your business. Okay? You know, like for example, and it feels weird for me to use this as an example, but for those of you that came over and helped me at the office, I'd be leveraging that story to High China. If I went to Bob Snyder's house, I'd be calling every single one of my prospects going, dude, I went over to Chaz, this is what we did, you know, this is what's going on, boom, 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 and you run through that story. Every time I hung out with Bob, if I went on a motorcycle ride with Bob, if I went to lunch with Bob, I would call every single one of my prospects and go, you're not going to believe this. I just hung out with the owner of this company. I just hung out with this top income earner, and this is what I learned being there, and I want you to come to this meeting because you got to connect with these guys. See, the thing that I've learned from Jeff is that connection, okay? Of being able to connect with someone, no strings attached. You know, I do it all the time. Like when I go to the grocery store, I don't pitch every person on Nuvo. I mean, do you think the person in the grocery store wants to be pitched again by the next network marketer that comes in? Absolutely not. But if you connect with them, I went into Costco a little while ago, and the lady behind the I forgot my Costco card, and I had to go up to the desk where they'd look you up and then print you out the little paper one to get in. And the ladies, you could tell her life just sucked. She was having a crappy day, and I just looked at her and I said, man, your eyes are beautiful, man. I said, I just want to let you know that. I said, I hope you're having a good day in here. And she's like, you really think so? I'm like, yeah. I said, you need to be happy. I said, you have a countenance about you that you need to share that with other people. Other people need to see that. Her whole attitude changed like that. I didn't give her my business card. I just walked away, okay? I've got different people in my business where I'll bump into them, I'll hand them off a card and say, hey, if there's anything I can ever do for you, let me know. And on my card, it says, I create success stories, are you next? I didn't tell them anything about my business. I just said, hey, if there's anything I can ever do to serve you, let me know. And then they end up looking at my card going, that guy was so cool, he didn't pitch me, he didn't try to manipulate me into anything. I wonder what he does. And they call me back and then they buy from me. So that's just kind of the thing. Obviously tonight's just about hanging out. We're going to leave here and go down to the fire and, you know, cook some dinner and hang out and all that stuff too. But, you know, just network, get to know each other, find out different things about each other. You know, every one of you guys should know Christian's background. You should know everybody else's background. So when you come across someone that's a welder, who are you going to throw them in front of? Christian. You know? So bottom line is this business is way more simple than you guys think. If you're not making the money you deserve, you're overcomplicating it.
You know, I'd like to add one thing. I lived in Brazil for a little while, and there's a word called edifício, or edificio, and that means building. It also is kind of similar to the word edify. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Chad is always always edifying somebody. It's like building somebody up, fortifying him. Every single time he gives a compliment, I mean, Bev, don't you feel stronger when he compliments you? Every single time. And, you know, if we can do that for other people, who cares what we get in return? It'll come back because of the laws of nature, whatever it is. But that's one thing I could say, one of Chad's biggest strengths is always pointing out the strengths in somebody else. And you can't be selfish when you're pointing out somebody else's strengths. That's as far as I'm concerned. And you're good at that, man. And I think that's a key to success.
I'm better at it because of last night.